Well, overall, I would say that the year of 2013 is going to be much better than 2012 or the coming year 2014, which I think some of our economic success will fall apart. So we are still having many conflicts between the dissolution of corporations and governments and the fight of the people trying to get out of the burden of no jobs and additional taxation, and various governmental agencies fighting among themselves, like Congress, where you have a fight between the Republicans and the Democrats at the expense of the people. That will continue this year, but despite all that, the stock market is going to be optimistic because we have a very strong speculative trend all of this year. To look up at the green line and you'll see that Pluto aspect with the node of Jupiter is going to dominate the year. So we've already hit a market high this first quarter. Expect that to continue, but we will have two big dips in the marketplace at least. And I have a feeling that from my predictions, I believe that the market will top out at least by the June-July time frame and will probably recede. I think the very highest the market can go will be around July the 21st, will be probably the peak for the year of the market, and it will degrade and go sideways with a couple more dips. Do pay attention to the red marked periods. Those are the eclipse periods where you can expect that you're going to have a turn in the market and a dip, a slight panic during that time. But our first short panic will happen at the end of March, and I will put that chart up shortly to show you the details of the first quarter. But overall, we're going to have a good, strong economic year. I don't think we're going to see much in job creation. We're just going to see the insider trading pushing the market higher to give us the illusion that everything's okay. But in reality, most of the debt hasn't been handled, and we're going to still have things swept under the rug. It's just this is a year of excess speculation and the formation of another bubble that is likely to crash very shortly. All right, let's go to the top of the chart, because every time that we have a Mars-Uranus, we usually have a panic. The first of those is at the end of March, starting this week and going through the end of the month. You'll see the red circle up at the top in March, and the next major period for another panic will be toward the middle to the end of July, and then the last one will be in December at the end of the year. So eclipse periods, those are the red boxes, always are indications of market turns and many times a dip in the stock market. So when we have this presented with a Mars-Uranus, and then we have an eclipse period, that's very likely a more than a month downturn of the market, and then we should have one more dip in October. But again, I'll reiterate, this is a very optimistic year and a high speculation year. So the probabilities of just a few market makers pushing the market up to all-time highs to make a top and a bubble are very high because of that relationship of the node of Jupiter to Pluto this year. So let's go on and look at the first quarter, which is almost over. All right, this is the graph for the first quarter of this year, and we're at the very end of the first quarter, but note that we've had very positive stock market. No matter what the bad news is, they've been pushing it up no matter what, so they're ignoring the news, which is a sure sign that the market is making itself, because it's been trading up on very low volume. But we've had a good strong speculation with that node of Jupiter being with Pluto, which creates very big speculation. But please note this last week, which is starting now, to the end of the month, that we're having a Mars square Uranus and Pluto. So sequesters coming in. We had a panic today, a little bit of the island of Cyprus, of having economic problems, which is a forewarning that it's getting jittery and the market will respond to this Mars Uranus that is forming, and then we will have an eclipse after that. So it's a good time to protect your positions and back them up, putting with stops or lighten up, because we're likely to see a downturn during this short period. So with this, I wish you the best of trading. It's an optimistic year, not a lot of jobs, but at least positive attitude and people are spending. But 2014 doesn't look so good. So let's go on and analyze the coming quarter is the next video.